Hey again, let me talk in this video about generic. Generic is another way to represent the data in the class. Sometimes I send object or I send variable, but I don't know the data type of that object. So it's better to use generic. Generic is used a lot in object-oriented programming, and you will see it in seconds. So to get started, let me just create a new class. I will name it generic. Okay, and I will start to create my generic class. So to get started, I will just define a class, and I suppose this class should be user admins. Okay, and I suppose this class will receive a credit for the user. So a credit, okay, but I don't know the type of the credit. I could use any, but any is not the professional way that we need it. It's better you define template. So T, you say T. So here you define it T. That means whatever user define the type of this class, this object will be that type. So just do this one. Then let me just do init, this initialize thing. Then I say, hey, print line, print ln. Then say, hey, after I say print line for a credit, just seeing that credit. So it's just instance from user admins class. Then I define my function, which is main function, which take array argument that has array. If you see array of t again, this t mean template. That means this array also generic. T may be array of string, integer, character, whatever. I'm not interested here. So now I have this class user admins. I want to define first variable. I say, hey, var should be user admin. Okay, and I will suppose user admin will have instance from a class user admin, and he pass string. Okay, that's mean now the data that passed to this class should be a string. Now, so if I want to pass t should be a string. So when I open a bracket, I have to pass string. For example, Hussein. Okay, if I pass integer, he will not accept it. Why? Because say, hey, you say this is t is string. That's mean the credit is string. Why you pass me integer? Same thing if I just copy this line and continue with the example saying user admin, for example 2, you say this one I expected to take integer, and here you have to pass it integer. Okay, so now when you pass this one integer, that means this one is integer, so he will consider a credit as integer. Do you see the flexibility in working here? If you here input string, he will not accept it. Why? Because he will say, hey, you say this one is string, integer. Why you pass me string? See the flexibility in this type of data. So admin 3, same thing. I say constraint. For example, I supposed to be double. So the input data should be double. If not, he will not accept it. So this is a very, very basic example of how you use template. This is T1. You could pass more than one template with different data type. Just add semicolon between them and add second, third, fourth, whatever. Like a credit T and other one F, whatever you say. Hey, this one is T. I have another one is F, and I suppose I will guess something about ID should be type of F. That's totally fine. He consider other template and he try to look for this template, whatever you enter to him. So yes, this is very, very basic example about how to use a template. You will see here when he receive array, he receive it as a template, because array may be string, maybe array of character, maybe array of integer. So he will receive it as a template. See, it's the same way that we define it here. So now when you see this bracket, that means that object is defined as a template. So for now you understand all this line. Do you see? See, all this information is printed. Also, you could do function template, just by saying fun. You say this is template, and that we suppose name it display, and receive name whatever process, and the process should be from T. T is represent template. As I told you, you could give it any name. It's up to you, but this T also. Also, you could same thing. You could say, hey, print line for me the T, okay, the process, and also it have to work because we don't have any problem here. We don't have any return value. And now, if you want to get an instance from this class, which is a process, you have to send the data type you want it. Like if I want to set integer, I say, hey, I want to set integer to you, and this integer should be 33, and that's it, 22. If I want to send other data type, just hey, go ahead, I want to send string. But he say 22 is not string. He say, hey, you will have a problem. 22 is not string, like process user. So yes, this is a very, very basic example about template. You see it a lot in your code. If you want to be like professional, you will use it a lot, because you see the array that's bolden inside Kotlin, it's already implemented using template. Maybe this was not a great example to show you, but the one thing I want to tell you by the end of this video, when you want to have input data and you don't know what's the input data, the user could input, like for example this one, maybe enter string, maybe character, maybe float, so you will consider as a template and you treat it according the data type. Integer, you say this integer. If it's a float, hey, this is a float, or whatever data type you enter it. So yes, finally this is the result. Everything is correct. We're here, we're done. Thank you for watching, and see you next.